Hey, this is Donnie Smith and welcome to my lesson. Today's lesson, we are going to learn about developing a repair plan. Now, when thinking about developing a repair plan for cars, I want you to think of yourself as a doctor. You know, it'd be pretty strange. If I was laying on the operating table, I'd get pretty nervous if the doctor took his scalpel and sat there and opened me up and then looked and said, now what are we going to do? That'd be pretty scary. I wouldn't want that. Well, we want to be the same way. We don't want to take the car apart and then try to decide what to do. We want to have all that figured out. You'll notice that when a doctor's operating, they have everything laid out they need. They have it all right there. So they know exactly what they're going to need. Now we need to kind of think the same way. We need to, when developing a repair plan, we need to determine what we're going to need, the tools we're going to need. I mean, could you imagine a doctor needing a stent or something and realizing that, well, we don't have any more, we're out. I mean, middle of a surgery, that'd be pretty bad. So when working on cars, you want to kind of think ahead too. You know, what tools are you going to need? What materials are you going to need? And how are you going to do it? What procedures are you going to use to do this? So that's basically what a repair plan is. It's just planning your work and then working your plan. Still unsure about what a repair plan is for cars or how to develop one? Well, we've got some tips for you. Now, before we just start tearing into this and pulling dents, we want to develop a plan. Basically what that is, just a plan of what you're going to do and what you need to do that. And if you'll plan your work first, plan your work, then you can work your plan. You won't run into hidden or complicated things later on. The first thing you want to do, if it hadn't already been washed when it was estimated, you want to wash it so you can see everything a lot better, you know, any hidden dents or anything that you're supposed to work on. And also that removes the contaminants off the surface so that you're not smearing waxes and greases and silicones whenever you're sanding and repairing. So you want to wash it, and then you want to wipe it down with wax and grease remover. Now we've already done that to the areas that we're going to be working on. We've washed the car, wiped it down, and now we can go ahead and develop our repair plan. So when writing a repair plan, I've got a little checklist here that helps you do that, and you can download that in the description. It helps you determine what needs to be done. And so we're just going to start off with what we're going to do. We know we're going to have to R&I this bumper cover, and we're going to clear coat it. So we're going to have to R&I that, take it off so you can record that. Also to do that, you're going to take these lights out and remove those. So you need to R&I those. And we're going to blend the hood, but we do not need to remove the hood. All we'll have to do is remove this emblem here. We need to R&I that. And we're going to need to take this fender off. And also we're going to have to R&I this molding and this mud flap. Now on this door, we know that we're going to have to take the mirror off, belt molding, and the side molding here, and the door handle. And to get the door handle off, we're going to have to take the trim panel off. And we know we're going to be sanding here because we're going to clear coat this whole door. And we don't want to damage this door, so before we ever start, we want to mask this edge off so that we don't damage it with DA or sandpaper or anything like that. Just go ahead and protect everything before you get started. So you can record all that on here, front bumper cover, you can check that it's an R&I, there's no repair time. Hood, we're going to refinish it, and so forth. And that way you know exactly what you're going to do. We're going to go a little bit further with the repair plan because now we need to determine what tools we're going to need. We don't want to be walking back and forth, you know, or find out that we don't have a tool that is required. So we're going to kind of look at what tools we need to do the R&I, you know, dismantling. So for that, basically we're just going to need a toolkit. A toolkit like this from Craftsman, you know, that basically has everything you need to do for all the R&I, with the exception of a trim tool. We're also going to need one of those. So we'll write that down, and we're going to need a dual action sander to do some of the sanding. We're going to sand this with 800, and we're going to replace that fender, so we'll need to final sand that with 500, and then we're going to sand this door with 800. So we can record down that we're going to need a deep dual action sander, some 800, some 500, and some gray scuff pads. Because we're blending, we're going to use a gray scuff pad. And also you need to determine what you're going to do with these parts when you have them off. That's very important. One thing you want to do with your hardware, your nuts, bolts, things like that, is you're going to bag them. Just Ziploc bags work fine, but remember, you also got to label it. Get a Sharpie and write on there, or a piece of paper, write on the paper and put it in the bag too. For example, front bumper cover. Put all that in the bag, put it up, and then you need somewhere to store this. And another thing, whenever like you're taking parts off, don't throw anything away. You know, keep fenders, parts until the job's completed. And the reason you want to do that, you may need it as a reference, you may need to look at it, but more importantly, there may be a clip or something that you forgot to take off. So it's a good practice to never throw the parts away until the job's out the door. So to store your parts, you can have a couple of things. This is for your bigger parts. You can put your fenders and things like that on here. And then for your bag parts and headlights and your smaller parts, just a container like this. When you get it off, you put it in here immediately, and then you can store this along with your parts. And that way, whenever you go to put it back together, you have everything labeled, and you know exactly where it goes. And if you forget to label this, you're just going to have a bag with a bunch of hardware that's you're not sure what it is, and you're going to have to figure it out and take more time. So taking a little time to do this will save you a lot of time in the end and a lot of confusion. And possibly a lot of frustration. I don't know if you've ever hunted for a missing screw or something. You know, you can spend an hour doing that. Very aggravating. This way it eliminates all that, and you can get the car back together the way it's supposed to be. Then the next thing you want to do is determine if you're going to be doing any grinding or anything near glass. You want to be able to protect the glass, and you can do that with a welding blanket, or there's also spark-resistant paper that they make. Cover your glass before you ever start the repairs so that you don't forget and end up hitting the glass. Just grinding sparks will hit this glass very easy. Then you got to determine what interior parts. There's not a lot on this one, but we are going to have to remove this door panel, and we'll wait until this fender's off so we can open the door all the way. So you kind of think, okay, I'm going to do the fender first so that I can open the door, take the interior trim off, and I can take the door handle and molding and all that off. So kind of got to plan on how we're going to do that in the sequence. And then determine, you know, is there any mechanical parts? Now this is not a collision, so there's no mechanical parts broken or damaged. Sometimes they're damaged, you don't have to replace them, or it could be that, you know, to get access to a certain area you may have to remove something. So we're not going to have to remove any of the mechanical parts here. Also think of your electrical. If you're doing any welding on here, within 12 inches of where you're working on, if there's an electrical component, you need to remove that before doing your welding. And also it's a good idea just to go ahead and remove the negative battery cable before you start up for a couple of reasons. If you're messing with any of the wiring, it's good just to have that negative battery cable disconnected, and just do that before you start the repairs. And one last thing, if you discover whenever you're taking the car apart, you know, if there's anything missing, any hardware, nuts, bolts, clips missing when you're taking it apart, go ahead and note that and let your whoever does your parts ordering know. And a lot of times clips, sometimes they'll break trying to get them out. Go ahead and get those ordered, or you know, if you have an inventory or whatever you need to do, so that when you go to put this back together, you'll have it all in your box ready to go. And the last thing I want to mention is it's a good idea to take pictures before and after and during, just as a reference. You know, you have any confusion when you go and putting it back together, you'll have the picture and you can look at it, you know, just for reference, or you may have something that you need to show the customer. So it's a good idea to take pictures as you go. So that's basically it. Repair plan is just simply figuring out what you're going to do and how you're going to do it and what you're going to need to do it. So pretty simple. I've got a worksheet that will help you, a checklist that will help you do that.
Well, I hope that helped answer your questions about developing a repair plan. And if you have any other questions, be sure and ask. And also have an ebook that you can use that kind of goes along with this. If you'll go to collisionblast.com/repair plan. And this is password protected, and you're going to need the password repair plan. It's one word. So if you go there, that'll kind of help reinforce and as a memory jogger to this video, and also has some worksheets that you can use to help you develop your repair plan. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Hey, before you go anywhere, be sure and check out some of my other videos and playlists.